Good morning, everybody. It's Becky here at Beck's Creations. And I'm just coming on to do a part one, which I'll need to change the title, that this is part one of a new project I'm going to do. We're going to try to use up some of our 12 by 12 paper pads. So just grab any 12 by 12 paper pad that you have that you would like to use up. I just randomly pulled this one out. This is called Awesome Boy. So I'm going to make a little boy journal apparently. And it lends itself to a craft colored paper backgrounds. So I went looking in my envelope card. I buy these envelope sets where you get the value cards and the envelopes. We're going to use these. If you don't have these, you can recycle envelopes and then make your own cards to fit the envelopes. So you're going to need, let's just do 5 envelopes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 envelopes. If you've got greeting cards that you're not going to use, you can always use those and cover the pictures or whatever with your paper. So don't worry if you don't have these card bases that you can get like at Michael's or whatever. And I've got to get rid of that autofocus. Hold, please, so that it'll quit bouncing around. Okay. So we've got, I said 5 envelopes, so you'll need 5 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll make a decent sized little journal, and then that'll give me more that I can make another one, maybe a girl theme or some other theme. I'm going to put these away. So I remember to do it. All right, so you're going to need cards, 5 cards, 5 envelopes, your paper pad, some form of adhesive, double-sided tape, or tacky glue. The only thing with glue is, thank you, Carol. The only thing with the glue is sometimes you get that rippling effect. You might not want that. You might also need some just plain craft colored cardstock as well. So I've got that. There might be a little shade off, but I'm not going to worry about that. And then you need some form of cardboard. And we get these at Costco, these grain-free granola bars. This cardboard is awesome. So I just brought that in here for our cover. So let's go ahead and we'll do a little bit on this and then we'll stop so everybody can work on this. So if you're working along, that's great. If not, you can come back and slow me up, speed me down, pause me or whatever. But I'm only going to be on for no more than like 30 minutes. So I've already been on yakking 3 minutes. So let's see how far we can get in less than 30 minutes because I want to break these up into small videos. All right, I'm going to set the cardboard and the paper pad aside. So all you need right now is your envelopes and the cards. And I keep getting a tail in the way here. So I want you to take 2 envelopes. And we're going to stick them together like this. So just their flaps are stuck together. If you want it to stick really well, you can use a combination of the glue and the tape. And this is kind of overdoing it with the tape here. But that's okay. I'll have 2 layers back there. You really only need to put tape on one side. I don't know where my brain is. probably not woke up yet. So good morning, everybody. And thank you for all the birthday wishes. Yes, today is my 59th birthday. I'm going to go ahead and leave that adhesive on there because, you know, once you stick it down, it's a done deal. So if you take your envelopes and just put them top to top like this, right up next to each other, then just lift your two flaps up. Try not to let one go under the other like that. There we go. All right. So there's that. Now we've got this sticking up, right? This little flap is like this. Take another one of your envelopes and go ahead and seal it. You can lick it if you want to, but I'm going to use tape. I'm just going to seal this shut. Then I'm going to get my paper trimmer and I'm going to cut just a sliver off both of the long sides. Actually, I might do it on one. You just have to cut enough so that it's open. Because what you're going to do, you can cut this other side and make a pocket if you want to, but I'm not going to this time, simply because then you have to worry about only gluing this on one side. So we're just going to make a page out of this. I'm thinking as I do here. Let's make this one simply, and then on another page we'll add something else. So I'm going to go ahead and put some tape on here. I want this to be easy. You can add all kinds of interactive elements, and we might do that on a future one, but this one I want to be super easy for you guys. So seal it up and then trim one edge off from an envelope, and then you're going to put tape on your flap on both sides. This gets a little fiddly, and you only want to go on the flap bit. You don't want to put anything down in there. All right. And I'm only going to take this off of one side. Then I'll have to get my pokey tool so I can get the tape off the other side, but that's okay. All right. Then if you take your part that's open here, kind of make it look like Pac-Man going waka, waka, waka here. If you can get it to stay open, it's good. Because you're going to want to slide this all the way down on there. And just get it to stick on there. Now we'll go inside here and see if we can get all this tape off here with the pokey tool. Don't worry about where this is open here. It's not going to be a problem by the time we're done. And get that piece off from there. Howard, your tail is in precarious situation, bud. All right. So we're kind of building our journal as we go along. Good morning, Sandy and Carol. Caroline, you're new to me. And thank you for the happy birthday wishes. And Kelly, Kel is here. And Stitch It Pam is here. And Mary Lou. And Leah. And Janice. Good morning, Janice. Let's see. Is that everybody? Thank you so much for the birthday wishes. And I'm not going to be able to make the cake I wanted to. I made brownies instead because I didn't have all the ingredients. Howard, honey, I can't love on you right now. Yes, you are precious. All right. So now we've got a bit of cat hair in the middle of it, of course. All right. So we got some pages coming together. See, we're building it as we go along. So now we could do that again, except we don't have the bit to put on, right? So, Howard, honey, you're going to have to go. You want to sit in my chair? That makes you happy. That at least smells like mama. All right. I think what we'll do with these, there goes the cat, is let's go ahead and put our flaps down here. So this is the page side. So if we take this flap and we glue it to this card, it'll make another page, right? And then we'll put this one on the front. So all we got to do is put some adhesive back here on these flaps. And don't forget, we've got our cards that we got to use too. I mainly wanted to build this base and then stop this video as part 1. And that way you guys can go and build your bases. And then we'll meet up and make a cover the next time in the next one. So just line your edges up and let her stick down. There we go. I'm just going to attach these all here. Now, you can utilize those cards in a lot of different ways. You could do flip outs with them. You could make some tags with them. You can do all kinds of stuff with them. All right. You just got to remember you don't want to add a lot of bulk to the very center of it, or you'll get immediate alligatoring. Because this is just a little journal. Hopefully I got that pretty straight. All right, so we've already constructed a little journal, see? The pages for it at least. So that's your signature. Now, if you wanted to make several of these and then glue them in, you could. You could keep going and add more envelopes any which way you want to. Now, let's talk about the cards. What we could do is cut a little sliver off the edge of some of these and insert this into it a part of the way. So let's just, I'm not going to do anything to the front envelope or the back envelope, okay? I'm going to leave those alone because those are going to attach to the cover and you don't want a bunch of flippity flaps. So I've got 3 of them here. I'm going to go ahead and get my trimmer, and the 3 center envelopes, I will go ahead and trim a little edge off. Okay, so they're open. I'm making this up as I go along, you guys. I've not made one totally like this. So y'all are learning with me. It will be fine though, because we'll make it work. All right, remember, leave the two outside ones alone. And then I'm just going to cut just a sliver off the edge of these. Just enough to get them open. Oh, I didn't cut it all the way. Fiddly sticks. All right, there's one. This is the center one. You can tell I didn't get them on here very straight. And this should be the third one in the middle. All right. So now the three center ones have had a little bit trimmed away just to open them up. Let's grab our card bases and let's see, how big of a tag would we like? Let's do 3 1/4 inch tags, and we can cut off 3 of these. Cut a tag off one side, and then you'll have a flap here. So I'll do 3 of them like that at 3 1/4. And then this will leave us 2 envelopes whole. And we'll have 3 tags already made. We just need to make them look like tags. Go ahead and fold your flap. On all of these. We're at 16 minutes. All right. We're going to put some adhesive on both sides of this. And this will slide into those slits we just made. Hi, Safia. Yeah, I'm not going to, this is not going to be a very long video. I just wanted to get everybody started on trying to use up your 12 by 12 paper pads. I'll go ahead and put this one in so everybody can see how I'm doing it. If I can get this paper off from here, because I want to overlap here a little bit so that this stays in there good. Uh-oh, feels like I caught the adhesive with my finger. All right. I should have put my other strip on the other side before I started this, but it's all right. So go to your second page, and we're going to insert our tab in here. Fiddly bits, fiddly bits. Don't push it tight down in there, or it will not flap right. So come so the fold is on the outside of that opening, so this will fold in, and then we can reach in here and get that bit. What do I do with the pokey tool? There we go. And I'm just sticking it under this here. There we go. And that'll hold that down. So now you've got a flip out on here, like so. So there, and that flips out. And then we can do it again on this envelope and the other envelope. You can see that this is open here, but when we put our scrapbook paper on, it will cover that. Because it's going to be too hard to put things in here like this. So I'm going to just cover that with my scrapbook paper when we come back. Right now, we're just constructing these pages, okay? So we're going to add these flaps here. And we might just not use these two. or we can hold these aside. If we decide not to use them, we'll just say you need, what was it, 5 envelopes and 3 cards. And we'll hold those for another project. Or we might decide we're going to use them. And see, this is where that's why I say to cut the tags off these, because this one is the one where we've slid the card over the edges, and you couldn't put a whole card in there even if you wanted to. It won't fit. Oh, awesome. So you've made a bunch of, I've made some envelope journals, but I went looking for some that use the scrapbook paper, and everything is junk journal, junk journal, junk journal. I don't do junk journals well myself because my junk mail goes in the trash. I don't keep it. I know, horror of horrors. I don't keep any of that stuff. It immediately goes in the trash. It's not natural for me to save it. All right, and I did go ahead and put my 2 rows of tape on here. And I will be back on at noon. I really wanted to get this part done under 30 minutes. And then I'll do a part 2 and so on. Again, I'm only taking the tape off one side, and then I'll reach in and get the tape off the other side. This one's going to be even more tricky because that envelope is on there. This envelope goes over those other 2. Okay. And I got to go in here and be sneaky and get this paper off this side. And not let the envelope close on it until I get that other piece of paper off there. There we go. So there's our next flap. One more to go. One more. That's fine. You can rewind me to see how to put it together. And then this video will be our part 1 of putting the pages together like this. Don't take that off yet, Becky. And then we'll come back and I'll show you what we'll do next. I think next we'll need our covers, and we'll worry about decorating the pages once we get the covers on. Just remember, only take your tape off one side when you go to put your flaps on. That'll give you a little bit more control until you can get it, where you want it. Right. This would make a nice little gift for kids that are having it, their first baby or whatever. You could make them several, and they could put pictures and give them to the grandmas. You want to kind of center this too, so. Yeah, that one I didn't get quite right, but we're going to go with it because once this tape grabs, it's a done deal. So later we'll have brownies with cherry pie filling. And I'll show you what Scott got me for my birthday later. At noon, my regular time. All right. So that is how you create your basic little journal here. Oh, honey, I'll move that. I'm sorry. Always what the cat needs, right? All right. So that is your base of your envelopes. So 5 envelopes, 3 cards will get you to this point, and you'll have 3 tags. So we're going to need to create some pockets on some of these pages to hold tags. So maybe that's what we can utilize our other 2 envelopes for, but we'll do that in the next part 2. All right. So get yours as far as this, and then watch for me to put up part 2. It probably won't be today. It'll probably be another day. But I wanted this to be a fun little thing to do. So we could use up these great big paper pads that I know we all have, a bunch of these that we bought years ago. And so I will talk to you guys later, and have fun using up your 12 by 12 papers. Bye, guys.